Okay, in today's video, we're going to have a coffee talk, kind of, but really like a water talk because it's late in the afternoon and I only drink coffee in the morning because you guys know I suffer from anxiety and all that stuff. So if I had coffee right now, oh my goodness, I would really be, I'm a talker, but I would really be talking your ear off. So we have Nala, aka Nala Poo Poo. She is our co-host for today, which she ain't paying me no mind. I just got done doing an unboxing for my beauty channel. If you don't know, I have a beauty channel called Just Ann, which we're going to have some channel changes starting this coming Saturday. So after Thanksgiving, I'm going to be streaming over there where you guys can come up on panel and talk and all that kind of stuff. So I will leave that video down below, and as well as a live stream that I just did over there if you want to know more about that. I was going to do a walk and talk and bring Nala, but it's a little chilly today and it's later in the afternoon, and you can see right there. Nala ain't trying to take no walk. She's tired. She needs her beauty sleep. So I wanted to talk about this. All right. Now, my last vlog, we went to the disc golf. I think a lot of you guys said in the comments that you call it frisbee golf or something like that. Here they call it like disc golf. And that video was more about like life experiences and what I've learned and, you know, how I changed my way of thinking from the experiences that I've had. I don't know if you guys know who Chrisean Rock is and Blueface and Jaidyn, Alexis and all this kind of stuff. It's crazy. They're young. They're like in their 20s. They're like old enough to be I'm old enough to be their mom. But I think about that and it just reminded me how I was when I was younger. And I just wanted to talk about it. Like another experience that I learned. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Blueface. He has been with this, the girl. He has 2 kids by her. Her name is Jaidyn Alexis. And they went to high school and stuff together. And Blueface became very famous with this Tatiana song he had with Cardi B. And then other things. And he had reality shows and all that kind of stuff. He's a Crip. You know, he's known for like the Crip dance song or whatever the heck it's called. Then he started hooking up with this Chrisean Rock as far as like business, and then she was on this Blue Girls thing, something had to do with Blueface, I don't know. And then they got into a relationship, and now she just had a baby by him, and he goes back and forth with the women, and then the 2 girls fight each other over him. Crazy. Now, Chrisean Rock, she's doing the damn thing. She's making money. She has these songs come out. Like I said, she's just very popular on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, you know. Very, very popular. And Jaidyn Alexis, now Blueface is trying to get Jaidyn to do these, like, get into, like, rapping and singing, and you know, that you could tell that's not really her thing. She's used to Blueface making the money and her, you know, just being, whatever, at home with the kids and all that stuff. Like, not being in public, the public eye. But now she is. She's doing these interviews and all this kind of stuff. But, you know, he's, like I said, he's going back and forth with the 2 girls. And then they're fighting. And Jaidyn Alexis doesn't want the baby to come around, and the jealousy and all this other kind of stuff. Chrisean Rock is still sleeping with them, and she admits it. It's just crazy. And it reminded me how when I was younger, because I look at it like, what is wrong with these women? Like, what is so good about this guy? Like, you have kids by him so you can get him for child support. I know when him and Jaidyn broke up, he was giving her $10,000 a month. You know, like Chrisean Rock, she makes millions of dollars. Like, they all have their money. It's like, what is going on? However, then I think back to when I was in my 20s. I was 17 when I got with Tyler's father, right? My son now is 28. So many years ago. And me and this one girl. Okay, so when I got with him, I knew he had 2 kids by this girl. I mean, it's almost the same thing, right? And they were 3 and 4. Okay, now one of them wasn't biological his, but he got with the girl when the little baby was 2 months old. So, I mean, and then when the baby was 4 months old, she got pregnant with his son. So he kind of basically been in the baby's life since the baby was 2 months old, because the biological father at that time had nothing to do with the little boy. So he always claimed, they're his kids. It's 2 kids. Well, I did not know when me and him got together. That he had told me they were broken up for a while. They're just friends. She's in another relationship because the kids were 3 and 4. I didn't find out till many years later they were only broken up for 3 weeks, when we got together. And anyway, so me and him get together. We were only together for 4 months, and I get pregnant. And then I had my son early because at that time I didn't know I was diabetic. I've shared this story. And I remember when I was in the hospital, she actually called the room and was like, I hope that baby dies, and all this kind of stuff. I mean, crazy. I remember I was like 6 months pregnant, and she had like 6 or 7 sisters, and they would drive by screaming. Let's say his name was Billy. That's not his name. She would drive by, and all of them would be like, Billy, I mean, just stupid stuff that you do as kids. Me and her would fist fight. I would go to her house. She would it was just crazy. And then it became personal, and it was like trying to prove haha, I got him. I mean, it's so stupid, and all because he was lying. He was still sleeping with her, sleeping with me. He was telling her that the reason why I was living with them is because my mom and them disowned me. They didn't want anything to do with me, and I had nowhere to go. Which they didn't like the fact that, yes, I was dating outside my race at that time, that I, and all that kind of stuff. But if I wanted to come back, I knew my mom and them wouldn't just say, no, you can't come back, So he was telling her we weren't together. I was just living there because I had nowhere to go. So she was believing it because he was always going over there. I mean, and then he would tell me oh, she just wants him back. She's jealous. She's lying about everything. I believed him. I mean, stupid. It was him. He was playing the game. But we were at that age. I mean, we were always in and out of the courthouse and different things. It was crazy, She's the one that I got in trouble for having the gun charge, the drive-by, and all this other kind of stuff. Over what? And he was very abusive to me and to her, physically, mentally. But when I stayed with him, I wanted that, like Chrisean Rock says, because she didn't have her father growing up, and her mother was on drugs, and there's 13 sisters and brothers, and so she wants that, what I did, when you don't have that father, you want that white picket fence, mother, father, child. You want that all happy life. You want to give your child what you didn't have. Especially when you have a boy, you want that father. And, it's and I get it, I was the same way. But more so to laugh, let's say her name was Sally, to be like, haha, Sally, I got him, I'm here, haha. Or if we would break up and they would get back together and she'd move in with them, I would get them back just to be like, haha, I'm with them now. I mean, and she would do the same. And he was eating it up. He was loving that 2 women were fighting over him. Now, mind you, I was 17, 18. I was 19 when I had my son. So if I'm 19, 20, 20, she was 21, 20. She was 3 years, both of them were 3 years older than me. So she was still young. She was very young, 20, 21 years old. You know what I mean? 22 maybe, young, dumb, stupid. And we all wanted that family because Sally also grew up with a dysfunctional family like I did. My father died when I was 6. He was 33, he died, and then my mom, had issues, but same thing. And then sometimes, we put up with abuse because we don't know any better. We don't, for me, I never seen husband and wife and a good marriage. I've never seen that. I had my aunt and uncle, but they lived in different states. So growing up, I didn't know what a healthy relationship was because my mom did have one boyfriend, but then they broke up when I was 15. They were only together for a year or two, and he was no good. But my mom never dated again. So I never knew what a positive, healthy relationship was. And the first guy that said, I love you, I went to, because that's what I wanted, you know? And he was a big time drug dealer, and we grew up like, you know, poor, you know, and, he was getting me all these gold earrings. This is when the name earrings were in style, like the real gold and the big ones and the necklaces, the name necklaces. And I was really into Mickey Mouse. And I know it sounds so stupid, but he would go and get me like this $55 stuffed animal Mickey Mouse. Now, this is back in the 90s. I had my son in 95. So I got with Billy, we'll say, in 1994. So back then, $50 for a stuffed animal was a lot of money, you know, more money back then. But I just like, he'd get me clothes and sneakers, and he had his own place, a car. He had a job as well. So like, I'm living like every night. We were like, before I had my son and I lived with him, like, you know, out to eat and all this kind of stuff. And it just like, you know, it was the life I didn't have, because when I was in high school, that's why I acted out and got in trouble, because I didn't even own one pair of jeans. You know, I had sweatpants, and I didn't own any name brand sneakers. So like, I would borrow my friends, you know, so I wouldn't get made fun of. And, you know, so it was a different lifestyle, and I was just like, not thinking, I'm thinking money means, you know, it's stupid, so stupid. It just reminded me of what was going on, and how I'm looking at it now that I'm older, like, but I did the same thing. It was the same exact thing. She had 2 kids by him, like Jaidyn has 2 kids by Blue. I had a kid by him, like Chrisean rocked it. Like, it was just then fighting together. Jaidyn and Chrisean are fighting. The only difference is there was no social media. If there was social media, we would probably be famous like them, because we'd put it all on there and show them the fist fighting and all that, because you're young and dumb, you know. And it's sad. And you know who's the only one that's winning is Blue. He's winning because he can sleep with both of them. He's a manipulator. He can play them both. They believe it. And then those two are fighting over Blue, but really they're taking it on a personal level, right? And then they're fighting each other. It's just so stupid. But when I hear people say, oh, that's so dumb, this and that, and it's like, yeah, but that's what people do. Not everybody. But when you grow up in a toxic environment and you don't know any better, and you don't have any positive role models, because Blue's mom, she's all over getting herself in the middle, you know, and stuff, and it's like there's no positive role models. So how can they do any better? They don't know any better. And it's like, instead of judging, we just need to be praying for them, you know. Now, when Tyler was 3 years old, I finally had enough. And the reason why is I was holding Tyler, and this was before, and he hit me where I almost dropped Tyler, but I was able to still, you know, get him, okay? I stayed with him. How stupid. But the last straw was, Tyler came up to him and was like, Daddy, you know, but he just got home from work, and he had his work boots on. And I'll never forget, he takes his foot like this and pushes Tyler back. Tyler hits the wall. And I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. So I waited, okay, because it was the weekend. And I worked overnights at Walmart at the time. And so I got a hold of my mom and everything, and I said, because I was always going back and forth with my mom, you know, and then we would fight, and then as soon as he called me or whatever, I'd go right on back. Like, I'd still have my clothes in trash bags. I wouldn't even unpack them, you know. So I called my mom, and my mom said, listen, you can come back, but you have to stay, because if you go back again, you can't come back here anymore. But the fact that he put his hands on my son, that's what made me say, oh, hell no. And I waited till that Monday when he was at work, and I got all my stuff, and I moved back to my mom's house, and we never got back together from then. And then they get back together, and whatever happened, they broke up because he was still, violent with her. And then eventually she moved on, and then Billy moved on and got with somebody who had twins, not his. And because I used to allow Tyler to go over there and stuff. Well, his house had burnt down and all this stuff. And Tyler comes home and I'm like, oh, how was it? And he was all upset. And I'm like, what's wrong? Tyler was this time about 8 years old. And he was like, he told me he had to sleep on the floor while the twins that weren't Billy's slept on the couch. Because they were waiting for the beds and all that to come. And I'm like, what? You slept on the floor? And so I just, Tyler didn't go over there anymore. I'm like, once you start choosing other kids, no, why was he sleeping on the floor? I don't know. Which is stupid now that if I went back in time, but maybe I was looking for any excuse. I don't know. And then they finally broke up. Then Billy got with somebody else where he had a daughter with, and I loved her. She was so good and so good to my son. And he was violent with her, broke her nose. I mean, so many things. And anyway, Tyler was about 8 or 9 years old. And then after him and the one girl broke up, he just stopped coming around. And Tyler hasn't seen him physically since then, And I think now, what did I see in him? Because I was at the thing, like Chrisean. I could never see my life without him. Oh, you always think your first love. I can't live without him. And it's like, I don't even think about him, But I take myself back to those times what the hell was wrong with me? What was wrong with me? And I don't know. Like I said, I just see so much people dragging them, which, I mean, maybe they need to be dragged. I don't know. But also, people my age are dragging them. It was like, guys, they're young. They're kids. They're in their 20s. And there's no positivity around them. There's nothing but toxicity. And the shows that they are on, like Zeus Network, I believe all in that Holly weird stuff and a lot of the darkness. And I'm not going to get into that. Maybe if you guys want another video, I could talk about that because I do deep dives with the Illuminati and devil and all that other kind of stuff that I know certain people are with. And so all it is negativity. They provoke that fighting and all that because it gets some views and stuff. So there's really no positivity. Listen, I used to go to the Jerry Springer show and I used to go in the audience and stuff. And this is when Steve Wilkos and stuff was the security and everything. And I would hear them say, remember when they used to take the water and throw the water? You would hear them say, throw the water. I mean, the fighting was real, but they would tell them, you would hear them say, you got to get more, they didn't use the word violent, but, get more enthusiastic, get more, they added to it. They provoked it. And of course, you would sign a waiver. If you get in a fight or get hurt, you can't sue them. But that's what they wanted because they got the ratings. So it was fake. All of it was fake. And that's what it is now. So, and then, you see these young people, especially that grow up poor, and you're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in checks. I mean, yeah, you keep doing it. Because at that time, I probably would have, It's just sad. And I just think instead of leaving them negative comments and talking badly about them, we need to pray for them. That's what we need to do, and I just feel bad, and hopefully one day, because I think the baby's only a month or 2 months old, very, very small, like the one Chrisean just had. I just think we need to, be more understanding. I can't think of the right word instead of being so harsh, and I don't know, when I see this, it just reminds me of me. How it was. And me now looking at it 30 years later, what the hell was I thinking? And now me and the girl, Sally, which that's not really her name, you know, like her kids have kids, grandkids, you know, they're my kids' brothers, my kids' nieces and nephews. And we're all like, we talk. And sometimes we're like, what the hell were we thinking? Like, so stupid, you know? Like I said, the only difference was there was money wasn't involved, like TV shows, reality TV, and social media. Because I think if it was available then, I probably would have kept on going, you know? But yeah, like I said, the only thing that made me wake up is when he did that to Tyler. Otherwise, who knows? I probably still would have stayed. Who the hell knows? You know? I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that. And let me know down below, have you ever been in an abusive relationship? Or when you were young, did you ever, like, fight a girl? And, you know, now I look at it like, why do we always fight the other women? It's the men, you know? Kind of like now, right? I'm going through a divorce. And it's like, when my husband at one time lived with another family, I was like, that bitch knows he's married, and what type of person would mess with a married man? But it's like, I don't know what he was telling her. He might have told her, you know, I have no idea. Like now, if he was to be with somebody, I don't know what he's telling her. My issue would be with him, even though I don't care, and I, you know, but it's like, he doesn't owe, that girl doesn't owe me the relationship or the respect. My husband does. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, we were still together, what the case may be. And the same thing with Billy. Billy owed me that respect, not her. But instead, we were fighting each other. Instead of sitting down talking, because we all believed him. Like, it's stupid. And, I don't know. Let me know if you know who I'm even talking about, but let me know your stories down below, and you never know. I always say, leaving a comment, you never know who you're helping, because they might be in that predicament right now in an abusive relationship, you know. Because even though I say I was young, there's people that are our age that are in there and just don't know how to leave, or that are stuck, or are not financially stable to leave, or are scared to leave. You understand? But I'm more or less talking about when you keep fighting the girl instead of like that. That's what I mean. Have you been in that type of relationship? And let me know down below. But yeah, short and sweet. I just wanted to talk about that because it's been on my mind. And tomorrow, me and Nala are definitely going to go for our walk. So we'll have that. And then I'm going to do a shopping vlog because I have to get everything that I need for Thanksgiving. I still have to get that. I'm a procrastinator and I'm waiting because, you know, Thanksgiving isn't, you know, is hard for me. So we'll be doing that. I'll be taking you in the store with me and all that. But let me know down below, are you interested if I film me cooking Thanksgiving dinner? It probably won't go up until the next day. But let me know if you're interested in that. And I could do that. Then I also have a video coming. Me and Lexi are going to go to this light show. The same place that we went on the Haunted Hayride, Creamy Acres in Mullica Hill, New Jersey, is having this light show. So we're going to be doing that. I'll be filming that. So we have a lot of things for November still, even though we only have like a week and a half left. I have a lot coming. And December, I'm going to be doing Vlogmas for the first time ever, because I've been doing YouTube almost 7 years on my main channel. I've never did Vlogmas, but we're going to do Vlogmas and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm going to get off here because now I'm just talking to be talking. Alright guys, don't forget to like this video. It really does help me out. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know if you ever been in that predicament and what did you do to get out of it, and what have you learned from that. And yeah, I'll leave my beauty channel down below if you're interested in the streaming coming, the live stream where you can come up on panel, if that is something that you're interested in. And that is everything, guys. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay healthy, and most importantly, always stay you. Never let somebody take you out of character. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Nala, she done turned her whole back to me. Nala, where you want? You want to go downstairs? Nala. She don't pay me no mind. Just like my kids. Bye.